Hey guys, it's Aaron from the Ballpit here, back with another episode of The Writer's Block, the show where I pretty much talk about whatever creative topic that I feel like expressing my viewpoints on in a given time. And it's been a while since we've done a more traditional episode of The Ballpit, but I'm here and I have something that I would like to discuss. I would like to discuss the disrespect of the originators or the pioneers within a field of art. And this most commonly happens, that I've found, within music. People look at the music that came before, from the 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s, all the way down, with disrespect. They look at it as though it is worthless, it is trash, it is like decrepit, didn't age well, a fossil of the past, just a mark of the past, and that modern artists are better in every way than older artists. And I don't think it's inherently a bad thing to prefer modern music compared to music that was made before. I have no problem with that. If you prefer modern music, that's great. That's great, I have no issues with that. What I have an issue with is you not respecting the roots of this cultural, this culture, essentially, this piece of cultural importance. That's what music is. Music is incredibly important to artistic profiles of culture in general. It's a form of art, and art is obviously a centerpiece of culture. And so to look back on these remnants of a previous time with memories, observations, feelings, and just traditions and stuff of a previous time, looking down upon it, I think is awful. I think you should give flowers and give appreciation to those who started something that you now appreciate. Like, if you're a modern hip hop fan, that's cool. I'm glad that you found a form of music that you can really connect with, really vibe with, really appreciate and get something from. But at the same time, if you're a modern hip hop fan, you should go back to the God, it's 2024. You should be able to go back to the 2010s and be like, and respect what Kendrick made, respect what J. Cole made, what A$AP Rocky made, 2 Chainz made, Crit made, Drake made, all these people. Then you should be able to go back further and appreciate what Kanye West made. You should be able to appreciate what Lil Wayne made, what those boys down south made. Ludacris, T.I., Busta Rhymes, all those folk made. You could be able to go back further than that. Appreciate what Jay made. Appreciate what Nas made. Pac, Big, Pun, Styles P, Snoop, then NWA boys, Mobb Deep, Outkast, all those guys. Go even further, appreciate Rakim and Eric B. Appreciate, like Marley Marl and stuff like that. Like, you should be able to go back and appreciate where your art style came from. And this was originally... The reason I got this thought, the reason I decided to make this video, is because I was scrolling through Twitter, which, is obviously a bad idea and never leads to anything positive. But I was scrolling through Twitter, and I saw a tweet from a Taylor Swift fan that was essentially saying, you're just mad that no other artist has ever been able to do numbers or whatever like my favorite, Taylor Swift. And I was like, no. And I responded to that, and I was like, because this tweet about Taylor Swift was a reply to somebody talking about Michael Jackson, saying like, oh, Michael Jackson could never do what Taylor does. And I just responded under it. I said, Michael Jackson is possibly the biggest celebrity ever. He's possibly the biggest music artist ever, the most culturally important. And that tweet that I said, the person in the example is Michael Jackson. No artist has ever been on the level of Michael, straight up. That's what I said. The reply to that was, he's dead. Sorry. And I said, it's very telling about your true view and perspective within music to disrespect the artists that came before and pave the way for your favorites. I felt like that was a valid reply. because, Michael Jackson is one of the most culturally important artists ever. Like, if we're just being completely honest, one of the most culturally important artists ever. And to look at that and just be like, he's nothing compared to my favorite. It's like, your favorite wouldn't exist in the way they do without Michael Jackson. If you are a fan of pop music, an artist within the pop space, they would not be what they are without Michael Jackson. Straight up. Straight up. There's a reason he's called the king of pop. It's not only because of his numbers. It's not only because of the quality of the music. It's not only because of the persona. It's because of the impact. That's the real reason. Michael Jackson's impact is so far above most other artists that it's impossible to negate. And I just can't. Even if I'm not up to date on it. Even if Taylor Swift has better numbers than Michael Jackson, first of all, this era of celebrity is different. The streaming era inflates numbers a lot, and with the internet, people can always keep up on what Taylor Swift is doing and stuff. It's a lot easier. I mean, people found out what hotel Michael Jackson was at, and there was a fucking rave mob outside. Like, that's how famous this guy was. People passing out, like, in numbers at his concert. Like, Michael Jackson is simply different. He's simply different. And even if Taylor Swift had the same impact as Michael Jackson, right? Similar celebrity, or Taylor Swift was more famous, right? More famous. It's still, you should still be able to look upon that previous period of pop music or any music and respect those who pioneered the way for you. Because the way, I'm a sociologist, so the way I look at things, I always look at the history of things and see how past events accumulated to create modern events. Because in reality, the events that are happening today are just that. It's history happening, right? The reason that pop music is the way it is today, and that pop artists the way they are today, is direct result from Michael Jackson and other people from that era as well that came with him. It's a direct result of that, and so you should be able to look back and appreciate the steps that were taken to get to where you are now. Even if you don't have to like the music and enjoy it, you should at least respect it. That's all I got. A little short video, a little short rant. Thank you guys so much for the support. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. We post videos every day at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as shorts, a YouTube short every day, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So check those out. All right, have a great rest of your day.